Hey everyone, how's it going? In today's video, I'm going to be making my breakfast sandwich. Might seem like a pretty big breakfast, but I do what's called intermittent fasting, so I will only eat 2 meals a day. It is now 1 o'clock, and I just finished the meal, and I will probably eat again around 6, and then I will not eat again until tomorrow around lunchtime. So, here it goes. So this is how I'm gonna do it. I got some butter melting in a pan. I highly recommend the Curie Gold pure Irish butter. It doesn't have to be salted, but it's really good with salted. And this is how I'm gonna stop the eggs from sticking to the bottom of the pan. I have it on let's see, low, medium low, pretty low. Low and slow I think is the way to go, especially if you're starting out. There's no rush. You don't have to serve anybody. When your food is ready, you can eat it. You don't have to worry about burning it or anything like that if you just go a little bit slower. And we're melting butter in a pan, swirling it around, getting it coated everywhere. I prefer real butter to Pam or any synthetic anything like that. Much healthier option in my opinion. So the butter is nice and melted, and we're going to add our eggs. I'm doing 4. I'm a bigger guy, and I do intermittent fasting, so I don't eat breakfast. So this is my breakfast and lunch all together. And I am using Eggland's Best cage-free, all the vitamins and the omega-3s in it. The cage-free and whatnot's kind of a scam, but they can't lie about the vitamins and omega-3s. And we're going to season it. I got onion powder. I try to make sure everything gets a little bit. Garlic powder. Red pepper crushed, or crushed red pepper. I need to get more of it, but pink Himalayan salt. It's fine. You don't want too chunky stuff or else it won't break down real well and it'll be gritty. And that's the seasoning. I also have an electric top that has the option to only heat up that inner circle. So that's what I do because I'm using a smaller frying pan. If you're feeding a bigger family or more people or whatever, you might want to have the whole thing. But it's just me. And like I said, I do it nice and slow and low. There's no rush. Maybe turn it up a little bit to medium. No point in burning them. Now, while they're cooking, I have this Dave's 60 calories a slice, thin sliced organic whole grains and seeds. It's got 3 grams of protein, 3 grams of fiber. This one only has 80 milligrams of the omega-3s. They have one that has like 230 milligrams, and it's 12 grams of whole grains. And if you look at the back, it's got the total carbohydrates is 14 grams, but since it's got 3 grams of dietary fiber, it's only 11 grams. If you're diabetic and whatnot, you probably want to stay away from this and just eat the eggs. But if you're not diabetic and you're just trying to lose weight, this is my favorite way to go. And while they're cooking, we can prepare everything else. This is just a tomato. Got it from Walmart. Rinsed it off and dried it off. This is the way I like to do it. I like to cut the top off and then cut that hard stemmy part out. throw it away. I used to hate tomatoes, but recently I really like them, so I like a nice thick slice on mine. Toast is popped, if that's what, if you heard that. And I'll save this and put it in a bag. Sandwich baggie. Ready to go in the refrigerator for tomorrow. So I wash the knife off, dry the knife off, and then I take my lettuce and just cut a chunk off. Iceberg lettuce isn't the best lettuce, but you probably should be using spinach or something like that would be better. But as far as low calories and filling wise goes, it's not that bad. Now the eggs are starting to whiten up and whatnot, and so I'm going to turn the heat down just a little bit because the pan's getting warmed up. Turn it down to like in between low and medium. Buy yourself some more time. That's the other reason why I like to do it slow, is because if you're cutting the food, preparing the food, toasting your bread and all that stuff, it gives you time so you don't have to worry about, you know, burning your eggs and losing the dippiness of them while you're doing all that. Got the first wave of bread out of the toaster, and also I got this thick cut bacon. I have a local place, it's called Nazer's in Apollo, and I can go in there and I can get this thick cut bacon by the pound. And it doesn't have any additives, it doesn't have any brine, no salt or anything added to it. I cooked it up yesterday, and I'm going to put it in my air fryer at 350 degrees for 5 minutes, 4 slices to go on the sandwiches. Okay, both rounds of bread are out of my toaster, and what I like to use is yellow mustard. It has 0 calories, 0 fat, pretty low sodium, 0 carbohydrates, and 0 protein, but it just tastes good, and basically you can eat it for free. So I put it on there, and I like to put it on pretty thick, and I like it on both sides. And even if you're diabetic, you can eat mustard and hot sauce, and it's carb free and calorie free. This is the other thing I like to put on it. If you are diabetic, I would recommend not using this or finding a sugar-free version of this. This one does have 12 grams of sugar in it, and 14 grams of carbohydrates. If you're on a low carb, like just like 100 carbs a day, you could probably pull this off still pretty decently. I'm more just trying to be healthier and watch my calories. So I like to cheat with this, but eventually here in the next few years, like before I'm 40, I'd like to try to cut out sugars and carbohydrates completely. So I'll try to find something of this that has 0 carbohydrates and 0 sugar. I need to work on that. But this does taste amazing. And the eggs are still getting pretty well cooked up. One trick I like to do, I like to cover it. I don't know if you can tell, like that kind of snotty stuff on top. I like to cover it. It traps in the heat. And you could actually just cook it covered, and then you wouldn't actually have to flip your dippy eggs. You could just cover it like that, and it will steam them on the inside, and you won't even have to flip them. But I like to cover them for like a minute or two and let that runny get a little bit solidified. Okay, it's been covered for a few minutes, and you can see it kind of got white across the top, and we're nice and hot. So I'm going to split them. And flip them. If I can do it without breaking them, it'll be a miracle. There. And then, after I do that, I get this at Walmart. It's the Deluxe White American. prefer the white American because I don't know, my taste buds are kind of weird, and like the yellow American tastes yellow to me, if that makes sense. So I get 2 slices, fold them in half, and fold them into quarters, and each one gets 2 pieces. And then I turn off the heat completely and recover while I'm waiting for the bacon to finish. Okay, the bacon's done, the cheese is melted, and everything's ready to go. We just got to assemble. These are somewhere between like I call them dippy eggs because I'm from Pennsylvania, like a sunny side up egg. And like the still might be a little bit dippy, probably like more like soft center. I take my bacon, break it in half, put one like that, one like that, eat the extra piece. Take the lettuce, throw away the extra, be a little wasteful, sorry about that, and take the tomato, push it a little bit on top so it stays in place, and you are ready to eat. And this is the sandwich ready to go. I'm going to enjoy this, then I'll do a closer and maybe an opener. So now I ate it all and got all cleaned up and whatnot. I figured I'd talk about why do I eat like this and how did I get here. 5 years ago, or maybe 6 years ago now, I was over 500 pounds. I had an old school scale at the gym, the kind of like you slide the weight over to see how it was. The highest I went up to was 460, and when I stepped on it, it pinged all the way up to the top. And it took me 2 months of losing weight. I lost about 30 pounds a month for the first 2 months, I believe. Or, well, after 2 months, I was able to have the scale balance out at 460. And the next 2 months, I lost 30 pounds a month, and it was down to 400. So I figured I had to be at least 500 or 520 minimally, probably more like 550. And I've dislocated my knee quite a few times, and I was having really severe back problems. And my dad's health was really bad from diabetes, and my mom had diabetes. They have both since passed away. My dad from diabetes, and my mom from something weird, but probably stemming from her diet. So I don't have any children yet, and I am 33 years old, and if I'm going to be having kids someday, if I graduate high school when I'm 50 something or 60 something, I want to be able to be alive. And if I'm 80 something and 70 something and have grandchildren, I'd like to be able to pick them up. So I started doing correcting my way of eating and whatnot. The way I originally lost the weight was I was actually eating McDonald's, believe it or not. They had the $5 quarter pounder with cheese value meal, and I got the value meal with usually a medium drink, which was usually a root beer, and the medium fry and the quarter pounder with cheese. And I would eat one meal a day mostly. I would eat that meal, and that was it. I believe, if I remember correctly, I think it's 1,500 calories off the top of my head. I'm probably wrong on that. And if I was really hungry, like every other day or every third day, I would go to Sheetz. That's back when they had the 2 hot dogs for $1, and I would get 2 hot dogs. So I was eating out and eating fast food, losing weight, and it was costing me $6 a day max. And it worked. I lost probably about I'd say at least 100 pounds, 150 pounds. I got around like 350 doing that. but then I started getting really bad skin and really bad. Like I wasn't feeling great from eating the crappy fast food. So I started cooking food for myself, and I started making food, and that's where I'm at right now. It's still not completely and utterly healthy. If I was diabetic, I would be cutting out the bread and the barbecue sauce. Besides that, basically everything else that I made today is perfectly fine for a diabetic. You can make either chicken or like cottage cheese bread that you can add different seasonings to make it actually taste like bread instead of making it taste like chicken or cottage cheese, and that's actually a really good way to do it. You can just prep out a week's worth of that and heat it up as you need it, and then you would be completely and utterly carb and sugar free, and hopefully working your way toward being off of insulin or any kind of diabetic medication. And as of right now, I am 270. I weighed 274 this morning, and I plan on getting down to 250. Hopefully here, but in the next year or so, or maybe a few months, depending, probably a year. And then before I'm 50 or 60, I want to weigh 225 because that's a really good body weight to be at for basically any man or any human. Regardless of your weight, mostly men. Women would probably be a little bit lower than that. But that's 225 is a really healthy body weight, and I'd like to be at that. And so I could play with my grandchildren when I'm older if I ever have them. And hope this helped you guys, and hope you enjoyed. And have a good day.